Oh yeah, that's right. We have our wonderful golden suit. Our fantastic suit of purest gold. That's gonna make us, well, obviously it's gonna make us more powerful. We're gonna come out of this stronger than ever before. That's the hope, at least. Yeah, alright. Now, the other question I have is, I'm pretty sure... Hey, buddy, can I help you with something? You right there? So, no, don't worry, let me get out of your way. Allow me to step out of your way, I insist. I'm pretty sure there was some stuff we need to go and explore around here. Especially now that I've got my flying abilities and my mold resistance. I'm gonna have lots of places I can go. Probably still can't go down that corridor. Who's... No, it's you. I was gonna say, who's causing me trouble? That's right, we've got some pretty impressive weaponry now. Our regular gun does a ton of damage. We have an RPG gun, also very nice. Very easy to explode people now. Sit down. Goodness, they keep coming, don't they? I think I managed to blow himself up almost. What are you guys doing in there, huh? Are we finished? Anybody else hanging out in the men's bathroom? Apparently not. Anyone in the ladies' bathroom? Ooh, no, but there is some more information on the floor. Unstable area notice. Due to recent fluctuations in the nearest control point, this area's stability has been downgraded to yellow. Okay, that's fair. Are we done? Cool. I think all areas should be a minimum of yellow security, like yellow stability at the moment. Still can't go down here? It's gonna be... We're gonna get down there at some point. We're gonna get down the creepy noise corridor at some point. One day. So now that I can float, what's up here? Artie, your radio's really loud. Dear elected official, thanks to the recent smoking ban in my state, I am happy to inform you I will not be voting for you in the next election. As everyone knows, smoking being banned because the smoke is toxic to the aliens that the government sold our planet to in a secret deal. If humans keep smoking, the aliens won't be able to live on Earth. Our air would be poison to them. If you government traitors can't stop people from smoking, then you won't get your millions of dollars from the aliens. I have a website. People know what's going on. We're going to keep smoking no matter what. This is a national emergency. Politicians are handing the planet over to alien overlords. We won't let you. We will resist. That guy knows what's up. He knows what's up. He ain't gonna let this beautiful country be handed over to some communist aliens. What's in here? White Kitchen. Dear gentlemen of the Society of Sciences, it has been some time since I sent my initial letter. Hope it's not the case that you have dismissed my claims outright. In that hope, I am writing you once more to ask for your help in understanding the oddity that has befallen me in my home. I have begun renting a new apartment in the city. The space is nothing special, though for a time I found the isolation quite soothing. Recently, I have begun to experience a strange occurrence. When I'm in my kitchen, a tiny little thing with not much but a sink, I sometimes lose myself. My surroundings change. I find myself standing on dark stone. I stare out at a colourless sky as white as undisturbed snow, terrified of moving. Perhaps this is a brain issue. I think not, as it feels terribly real. This has been occurring for some months now, and I have become frightened of entering the kitchen. If it's not too much of an inconvenience, I would dearly appreciate a visit from one of your professionals to see what they make of it. I await your response with little expectation and great hope. Alright, so that's why this one has been elevated to someone's office, because that's a pretty accurate description of the astral plane. A very accurate description of the astral plane, in fact. So yeah, I'm not surprised they were a little bit keen to read that one. My flashy suit is amazing. It brings me good luck. And no one can prove otherwise. I mean, I got it from fulfilling all the conditions of a luck charm. We got more dead letters. Yep, pick it up. Pinstripe World. Here we go. I'm a plaid suit in a pinstripe world. I'm a plaid suit in a pinstripe world. I'm a plaid suit in a pinstripe world. Why is one of them redacted? Alright, that guy's a plaid suit in a pinstripe world. Getting a lot more of these little upgrade doohicks. Very nice. Yeah, I'm a gold suit in a grey suit world right here. Cat clock. My clock is shaped like a cat and its eyes move and I think it's angry and I keep apologizing but it won't stop, but I said I'm sorry. But it won't leave me alone and I know what it wants. I can't keep apologizing for, do you see how it told me everything is here and I need to be careful so they don't see me writing this letter? It wants me to stay with it. Its eyes keep on going and moving very fast, but I can't keep going and I worry they'll forget about me, so I need to write to you because this cat keep going. I can't because of the eyes. Sounds like a bad clock. One of those horrible ticking cat clocks that is definitely cursed. Alright, any more in the dead letters department? Apparently there's just a whole elevator full of them. In fact, there's elevators just full of letters. Hello, Frank. How are you today? Vivid dreams. To esteemed members of the American Psychiatric Council, I am writing to inquire about the significance of dreams in relation to one's mental health. I am aware that there are many books purporting to contain the true meaning of dreams, but I have reservations about their legitimacy. I understand this is not usually done, but I would appreciate your thoughts on my condition. Ever since I was young, I have had intensely vivid dreams. They only occur sporadically, but in them I witness very strange events. I understand dreams can feel real at the time, but these are markedly different. They do not occur often, perhaps only 1 or 2 a year. Last night I had one. A small, empty town, utterly dark. There is a lake at its centre. Shadows of people moved around me, muttering odd things. A bright light woke me up. I was screaming in my sleep. My wife had been shaking me for minutes. Because of this incident, I have decided to seek help. The doctors say I'm physically fine, but I want to consult your expertise. That right there, that guy's having a dream of Alan Wake. And all the shadow people. You have questions and the prophets have your answer. If you are truly intrigued, watch the time. We've lost about 45 days in the last 4 years. The shortening of days, this is why the Vatican is a sundial and simultaneously a keyhole. Another thing while I'm here, if you want the secrets to everything, compare plasma next to brain cells. The sun plus moon are composed of plasma, simply light, not planets. After this is cemented in your psyche, ponder the current whereabouts of where you, I, and humanity reside. Cheers! Oh boy. Oh yeah, and I'm still also, just so we don't forget, I'm still also being haunted by a duck. I am being pursued by duck. Like that's a valuable thing to remember right now. We shouldn't forget it. What an enlightened individual. I should send him 50 of my hard-earned dollars to find out more. Okay, so we've done all of this bit. I'm running around because I'm convinced there was like a mold room that we couldn't get into before. Hello. Are we done? We are done. Wonderful. Yeah, pretty sure there was a room full of mold somewhere. Down to the bathroom. I don't remember there being anything else in pneumatics, but probably worth a quick float around just to find out. But yeah, I think we pretty much cleared all of this the first time we came through. Here we go, yes. Here's the mold room. I knew it wasn't entirely crazy. Hidden location, because I am now mold resistant. Another increased damage boost. Fantastic. The more of those I can get, the better. Regular gun does a whole bunch of damage now. I do not remember this room, but I must have been in there. Like being able to kill people in a couple of hits, I must say. Okay. Did I just not go in this room last time? I guess not. A lucky find for us. Ooh, there's a box up there. I see you hiding in the rooftops. Data breach. Last month, our on-site server experienced an intrusion by unauthorized users. After an investigation, it was confirmed the users only accessed a video file which contains portions of Dr. Darling's various presentations. Investigators were able to track the users through their IP addresses. Patrick Students, Rubens... They have been placed under surveillance. Placed under surveillance. What weird little cubicles these are. Yeah, how strange. Alright, so how do we get up there? Gonna hop onto the lights and then... Whoop. Okay, I have to aim for a specific... Nailed it. Oh no, my personal mods are full. What have we got? What am I not using? I've got these level 3s that I'm not using. I mean, I've got a lot of stuff that I'm not using in general, but... Alright, brilliant. Secret acquired. Okay, so next up is through here. Ooh, anything up top? I still never figured out where the Director of Communications went. He turned into a horrible monster and then he flew away. I haven't had a chance to pursue him yet. But maybe now's the chance. Come over here and check the last few steps. Yep. Always another box. There's always more loot, guys. Alright? There's one thing you ever take away from my show. There's always another corner. Always another piece of loot. Always another little ledge. Just about to reach. Yeah, he zoomed off up there, but I can't follow him. Shame. Okay. We'll get him one day. Gotta quickly check the hotline chamber. See if it's worth flying around a big old room like this. Nope. This seems pretty much successfully cleared out. Whee. Alright. So this would link us round to the director's office. Ta-da! Brilliant. Okay, so that's all of Central Executive checked out. Or at least so I believe. Don't think there was anywhere else that I missed. Alright, on to the next place. Oh, we got 13 ability points. Let's maybe play with some of those. I would love the ability to throw basic enemies when their health is low. More levitation duration, please. Ground slam, hell yes. Let's grab a little bit more siege duration as well. All of this is very nice. I'm hoping we get to explore enough that I can have all of these. I would like all of those things. Thank you very much. We can upgrade our spin. And we can upgrade our shatter. That's wonderful. Because let's swap out grip for now. No worries, enjoy your meeting. Let's grab our grip. Switch it for spin. Let's see, what was that fire rate one? 38% rate of fire? Hell yeah. There you go. Shotgun and a machine gun. Ready to rock. So, there's lots in maintenance. Like, my webcam is just covering it, but literally right where my webcam is covering, there's a whole section we haven't even been in before. Which is cool. Then there's research. At some point, we've got to get through the ashtray maze. I don't even know how. Maybe later. Maybe that's somewhere we get to later. And at some point we have to go back to containment for we've got to go back to containment for story stuff. So quickly, let's run around maintenance. Yeah, let's go run around maintenance quickly and just tidy up everywhere. How are we doing, chat? How's everybody on Thursday? Sorry it's super dark here today. It's just one of those days where the lighting is against me. Don't go exploding too many bad guys while you're away. I cannot promise anything. I can make no promises. Ugh. Game on game. Alright, so I guess let's just sort of pick a direction and see what we can find. Anybody else just see that? Oh, it's an airlock, okay. I was about to say, did anyone else just see that door go from green to red? This is not the room I wanted to explore first, but it's worth having a look in. Let me out. It's a loading room. Okay. Ah, so there are some. I forgot we got that that side quest. We've got some ranger buddies to go and murderlate. Anything good up here? Anything good in any of these corners? I definitely remember running through here recently, so we've probably cleared most of it out. But there could be, for example, a level 4 door that we need to open. Beep. Ah yes, the cafeteria of fun. Containing another damage boost. Just that? Just a damage boost? That's fine. Alright. That goes to the janitor's office, but... This is where we bumped into the riding horse that lets me do my... Oh, I can go back up here. I can go back to this location, and it's become like an obstacle course for floating. Probably shouldn't have come back here, yeah? Choosing to come back to the Twisted Hell dimensions is my fault. Like, if I get trapped in them accidentally, oops, what are you gonna do? There's a box up there. How do I get to the box up there? I think I can make that. Nope. But yeah, choosing to come back here is just asking for trouble. Oh god. I think the universe is starting to lose some stability in here. Got a lot of loot rewards though. And then back again. Where is he going to drop us? Ooh, drops us into a loading screen. Okay, so it's worth going back to even the places you've definitely explored. Have we watched that one? We must have. I don't want to watch it again. Once was more than enough, thank you very much. Hey, Artie.
You need to scrap that back. They are very good listeners.
Okay, so there's a bunch of side missions we can do. I'm mostly interested in getting through the story for this game. But if we happen to run into some side missions, that's not a problem. Definitely not a problem for me. What a mess. Talk to the plants. Alright. Okay, now there's definitely places we can float around here.
My eyes open. We ain't out of the woods yet.
Definitely lots of places we can go and explore. Just want to remind everybody that this big old power plant right here contains the previous director as a fuel source. Just so we're all on the same page here. The previous director is locked in here as power source for the entire bureau. I can climb up here. Which means I definitely should climb up here. I think the game wants me to go along that there thing there. Nope, staircase. Here we go. We got staircase. We got more broken metal. All the way to the top. What am I doing? I can... Oh, this literally does just link up right back to the top here. Okay, cool. Pick up the barrel. Blam blam. Okay, so this links us from two separate areas. That's okay. That's good to know at least. Yeah, because that goes through to the quarry. Another place I want to go and visit. Okay, now where was that other one? Where does this go? Where do you go? There's got to be something along here. Hey, even that will do. Do. Okay, so where are we? We are there in the power plant, so... Let's see about getting to the furnace chamber again. Oop. In fact, we can do that from here. So first things first, furnace chamber. Or coolant pumps, I guess. Then we're going to go to the quarry, and then we'll carry on back to containment. We're getting there. Yeah, so the furnace is this way. I wonder if those TVs come back? No, we've still only discovered the 2 TVs that had fires in them. I can't get up there, but I definitely still want to. Nothing. God. Climb these pipes and you'd think you'd be able to get somewhere, but no. It's denied to you. Okay, so where was the special area I was looking for around here? It was... oh, it was behind one of the fans. That was it. But I need to get to that from... the quarry. Okay. So that's just that'll be a shortcut back here. I remember that room. That was where we first encountered the mold, and they just kicked my butt. They just obliterated me, I remember now. See, I'm still convinced there's a third TV around here that has like an unplugged TV that has a video of fire on it. Because we found 2. We threw them both into the furnace, but haven't come across a third. Everything likes its rules of 3 around here. We're not up here, are we? Not that I can see. Well, we'll come back. For now, it's through the coolant pumps. Oh, there was a wall. There was a wall I couldn't jump through at the time. Where is it? See, coming back through all these areas, it's triggering memories. There, it's up there. This brings us to the upper level of the coolant pumps. I remember all of these places, yep. All those people are over there. I will concern myself when all those people over there start being all those people over here. Whoa, they're over here. Woo! Time to start concerning myself. Well, that one was my fault. Got a little too cocky there. Hey guys, if you could just... Can I get both of you? Oh. Hey you're on my team now. You work for me now. I'm just gonna go up here. Here. I've returned your friend to you. That one's pretty effective. Throwing a splody bad guy at another splody bad guy works rather well, turns out. Okay, where does that lead to? I don't even know. I don't even know where that goes. Got some launch efficiency. I saw another box up there. Tucked away down here. Like it thinks it can't be found. The secret sniffer returns. Okay, so this door connects in some degree to the janitor's office. There's also another direction to go in. The pump station.
Hello again, Mr. Claw.
Ah.
You've really let yourself go.
Hey, Mr. Clog, you ready for round 2? Of course you are. Water cooler procedures. Oh, this is the water cooler. Okay. The simulacrum. If the item's form is different from any previously reported, make a note describing the new form. The object's true shape and appearances are unknown. It has been known to take the form of the following objects: ring of keys, lunchbox, wrench, microscope, stapler, glasses, mail tube, spoon. The item is able to adopt any physical form of items in its immediate vicinity. The item is capable of limited physical movement, repositioning itself whenever it changes form. Because this only occurs when it's unobserved, physically and digitally. This item was discovered inside the bureau itself. Okay, so it's a mimic. And that's another door we can't get through. Alright, Mr. Clog. Let's deal with you, shall we? Oh, it's a... We got us a cube puzzle, so we can doop. To get a cube out, we can just throw that over there. Anything inside here? Nope. We can remove this. I am going to drain you. Flush that system.
Down there to clear out the rest of it.
Whoa, hello.
Another pouch for a Reach.
Okay, that was one of the big boys. Not as scary. Mostly because I have my unstoppable shotgun and machine gun on me, but still don't like things sneaking up on me. Alright, Mr. Clog. Oh, you'd be so dead if I could aim. Oh no, it's not my aim. It's everybody else. I have to approach it from the correct angle?
Goodbye, Mr. Claw. I sincerely hope we never meet again.
Oh, you know we will. That thing's gonna come back like a clogged drain. But it did give us some ability points. Some goodies. And we're gonna be on Arish's good side. Not Arish, Artie's good side. It's always good to be nice to the janitor. As we are learning rapidly, because I'm convinced this janitor is... I'm still not convinced he is the oldest house. Like, I'm pretty sure he's like a representation of the building itself, as disguised as its custodial staff, but you never know. Been wrong before. Okay, so now I want to go back into the... pipe works here. Because... No reason I don't want to be in the pipe works here. But I do want to get into the janitor's office again. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So many places to go. Okay, so we're going to go up to the power plant. Boop. Take your time. Okay, so we'll go from the power plant to the quarry. I want to do one quick run through the janitor's office to see if we can unlock this little shortcut up here. And then it's onto the quarry to see if we can see if we can spot the foundation or the city. That's another thing on the huge list of stuff to check out. Okay, so it's back to ventilation. Up. Like little side walls for me to duck in. Alright, Artie, where you at? Whoa, Jesse, calm down. This map is so hard to read because it says there should be a door here, but there definitely isn't. Because it's on an... is it above or below us? Will we ever know? I mean, this is definitely on this level, on this layer. But this room is different. This room does not connect to the map. as dictated by the rest of it. Unless it does, but it's actually down and around. Oh, my poor head. My poor tiny brain. Where's the door I'm looking for? Nope, it's not this. Here, okay. So is it under? I think I might be trying to figure this out way too hard. And maybe what I should just do is let it go. I don't know if I can do that. Have I been in here? No, I haven't been in here. Hello. Can we? Thank you. I am the director and I won't be restricted in my own facility. See, now this room is completely off the map in general, so that's confusing-er. Okay, so I can access a room that's not on the map, but I can't access a corridor that is. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, that's that corridor. I don't want to go that way. Hey buddy, how you doing? Nope, I'm thinking about this too hard. It's time to go to the quarry. Or maybe time to upgrade a weapon? Oh yeah, it is. Right, so fast travel to the quarry entrance. There's one particular place I want to explore here, and then maybe we'll carry on with the story, or there could be something else for me to find. I make no promises. Yeah, that's right. So this is the quarry. This is the quarry entrance. We come in from... We actually fall down from all of up there. Definitely found one of Arisha's buddies.
Your old squad mate of Arisha's.
Arisha's buddy is now dead. Oh my god, there's loads of these things around now. Woo, time to play some keep away. Into some secret areas, perhaps? I do love secret areas. Ah. So where's this? This is what connects to the furnace chamber? Hopefully? We're just gonna go up and make sure. We're just gonna go and find out. Yes, this shortcut is definitely not for those who aren't super powered. Okay, okay. No. I hope you're all as vaguely lost as I am. Come on, pick up the thing. Oh no, now my weapon mods are full. It's such a tough life. I mean, you get this amazing gold suit, but because it's a woman's suit, doesn't have any decent pockets in it. Ah. I mean, we've all been there. I'm sure we all know what I'm talking about. There we go. So that's this hidden location. Perfect. That leads there. No additional fiery TVs, which is a shame. Kinda hoping this would be where one was located, but whatever. Now what's up here? Because there's no way you can have such a big shiny light up here and not expect me to go into the light. Totally heaven bound. Okay, so I know this is like a sealed area and everything, but maybe think I could get in there and just have a quick look around? Maybe? Nope. Alright, well. Sure is bright up here. That's it. I'm in heaven. Ah, the light is resolving itself. Heaven is a basement elevator. Alright, let's mosey on back. We've got that shortcut now, which is what we wanted. Still a little bit of places in the quarry I want to check out. Uh-oh. That's a dead end. I can see through the walls. We never did go and see what was down here, because we kept dying. But now we're mold proof, so hopefully that makes our lives a bit easier. Coming back for your mold, people. Woo! They're still ready for me, though. Is it just the two of them? I mean, I can't see anybody else. Okay. I think it's just this fizzy purple mold is not good for me. Okay, is it just that one box? Looks like. Alright, well. I'm okay with that. Let's go. I'm glad we came back here and finished that off. It was going to be one of my personal defeats for a while otherwise. So why am I climbing up each individual layer like I can't fly? Huh? Don't want to go that way. I want to go through here, so there's... So last time we came through here, we didn't have any flying powers, and we didn't have our level 5 or 6 keycard, I don't think. But now... Now we can go and cause some real trouble. Oh, whoa, ho, ho, ho. Hey. I don't like you. Not a big fan of you nearly creeping up on me. Oh, they just sort of... It's just sort of appearing around me. These things suck. They're the astral thought monsters. They pursue and actively hunt conscious emotions. And then try and implode them, I think? So somewhere up around here we're going to get a decent view of the city. Or the Foundation. Which people who work here sometimes find themselves staring at listlessly. It's like, must visit Foundation. Can't get up and spot it. Or at least I can't get up there and spot it. Ew. Maybe it's that. Maybe that's the wall. Huh. Where is that? There's a control point in there. Is that a way out from somewhere, or? Huh. Alright, hang on. How am I supposed to get in there, then? I love this light, I really do. I need it to get out of my face if that's not too much of a problem. There doesn't appear to be a way to get in there, other than the door. Apart from this door. And this door can only be opened from that side, so... How in the heck? Maybe this is for later? Maybe at some other point I'll be allowed in there? Stood around for too long and the brain monsters detected me. Alright, so let's just keep that in the back of our minds as something to come and check out in the future. A hidden control point. Something's going on over there. The Hiss are trying to attack the astral plane and getting their minds melted for their trouble. That's a real shame, isn't it? Weapon armor damage. That's fine, I don't need more C's accelerators right now. Well, this is all very restricted. We're not allowed in there yet. Not without some serious elevator access. Again, maybe I'm in here like... This place is very much like the Cthulhu realm. Maybe getting in here is definitely a job for later on. I don't really need the elevator if it'd just let me float a little bit higher. Fair enough. Okie doke. Let's get out of here. It's time to head to somewhere else. Where's the fastest escape route? What's down over here? Bad guys. Surprising no one. It's a lot of mold and bad guys. Woo! Hi friends. Here, just throw up on each other for a second. Whew. Did not appreciate accidentally walking into that, I must say. Curse my curiosity. Ooh, but it has given us a thing. Quarry worker incident. I saw David last night, working late in the quarry, and he stumbled out from behind some black rock. Looked like hell. Called up to medical right away. He was half starved. He's been missing for 2 weeks, so I guess it's not a surprise. I was waiting for someone to come and help, and he kept telling me about some carvings about an ancient tree. Couldn't really understand him. When the medics came, they brought security. Grabbed David and hauled him off, interrogated me for a couple of hours about what David told me. Anyway, I know you're on the next shift, so I thought I'd leave this for you. He was your husband, you have a right to know. The way security was acting, I don't know if we're going to see David again. Talking about a tree that he saw. And some strange carvings. Now, are those strange carvings to do with... Are they to do with the quarry? Did he come across some strange quarry carvings? Or is that to do with the mold that we just found here? Also, this mold indicates that the mold being here shows that the thresholds are overlapping. The reality from which the mold is in is crossing over with the reality that the quarry is in. Which is all, and both of those are crossing over into our human reality, so there's a lot of cross-contamination happening around here. lot of pollution. Probably isn't good. Dimensional staffing. Dimensional research is going to change everything. The work we do will be brilliant, dangerous, and revolutionary. So we need staff that meet the challenge. Give me all of these people. Either Beth Harry Lewis, Emily Pope is an obvious choice, but who knows what will come out of the doorways we open. Perhaps it's better to keep us somewhere where the work is less unpredictable, but she won't like that. And there's no way she won't notice a new secret research department. She's too sharp. Ah, was Emily... Emily was trying to get too much information on lots of stuff, okay. She is very curious. Very good at her job. Alright. Few more ability points. A little bit of extra melee damage, perhaps? Maybe we can punch some dudes a little bit harder. Get a nice spread across the skill tree here. Alright, so let's fast travel. We've done maintenance. The one last place I want to get to is the ashtray maze. But I don't have... I don't have the cigarette, the eternally smoking cigarette that would let me get in there. So I guess we'll have to come back to that later. Off to containment we go. Let's jump into logistics. Alright, story time. See what's going on in the world. I wonder if I can just boost the brightness on my webcam a little bit. It is quite dark. There we go. And a little bit of extra brightness. So you can see my fine face all the better. Okay, so let's go and see what Dylan was talking about. The slide projector that caused all of this caused all of the problems for me and Dylan is located here somewhere. This way. Gotta go through security to get there. Alright. Gotta go find the Prime Candidate Program. Polaris is saying it's up there. Let's go up there. Try and stay out of the way of all the explodey people. Bang, you're dead. Oh my goodness, there's a few of them. What's up, Hiss? You trying to stop me from getting where I need to go? Why would you want to do that? Huh? Why would you not want me there? Play a little bit of floaty keep away. Really do enjoy throwing exploding enemies at other exploding enemies. It's very viscerally satisfying. Like, it feels like I'm giving them their just desserts. Welcome back, Z. One sentence to come back to. They're all good sentences. If you stick around long enough, you hear all the best sentences here. Okay, so prime candidacy. This way, maybe? Not that way. Just checking up in all the roof holes. You never know. Nah. Here's our level 6 door into the prime candidate program. So these are all the people who had the possibility. Shut up. All the people who had possibility to be director. There's going to be a lot of stuff in here about. There's going to be a lot of stuff in here about this dog. And we're going to have to get used to the fact that this dog is the primest of prime candidates. He will be the director after me. I stake my life on it. Okay, that's just about the mirror. We know all about the mirror. Cause people to go all upside down. Prime candidate program.
Define new prime candidates. The Bureau needs a director. Our future. P6 and P7.
Okay.
After North Moore stepped down, I doubled every effort to find new prime candidates. There was no one. No one but me. That wasn't good enough. I pushed hard. I never wanted the Bureau to end up in that situation again. The Bureau needs a director. Always. When my time reaches an end, I want more options on the table. P1 through P5 were all false leads, dead ends, and disappointments. Then P6, Dylan Faden. He fell into our arms. No parents, they're gone, casualties of an AWE. The boy has exceptional talent. The oldest house will be his home. We'll build him from the ground up. He'll be trained and taken care of. Darling can be in charge of this project. I can't. I'll stay away. I will not fail the boy like I failed my own family, my daughter and my wife. We weren't careful enough back then. Something came home with me. I took work home. My Susanna got sick. When I realized my mistake, I wanted to bring her here for Darling to do what he could. Kate flat out refused. Civilian doctors treated our daughter, but they didn't have a clue. She died. Kate left me. Same old story. That was a long time ago. The Bureau is all I have now. And the prime candidates are our future. There are two, P6 and P7. We're spoiled for choice.
Who's P7? Am I P7? They must have heard about me from Dylan. There's no way you abduct an 11-year-old boy, or a 10-year-old boy, or however old we were, and not hear about his sister who is also involved in the same incident you were. Okay, things are a little bit sideways in here. Good to know. Orb around here somewhere. There's the orb. There it is. Gotta chase the damn orb around. I'm dead. Now I can kill things in peace. Of course, the dog is P7, obviously. How? That was stupid of me. Whoa! Ow. That hurt. It's fine. Okay. Who is... Oh, it's you. See him in the corner. Alright, try that again, roll it back, rewind the tape. Yeah, obviously the dog is the... Duh. Sorry, that was foolish of me. I asked a stupid question and I got beaten down mercilessly because of it. Ba-ba-ba-dum. Alright, let's try the MC Escher corridors again, yeah? Okay, so it's through security. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I do like spin, I really do. But I think just generally speaking, that grip is just nicer. Grip is just a nicer gun. So we can give it the damage. And... give it the damage after a kill as well. Okay, so back through here. Do. We pretend that we didn't die. Fine. Luckily I can do enough damage with my throw to kill things almost instantly. So the orb isn't too much of a problem. The orb of healing. But I would still quite like to destroy it, please. Gotta remember that the big psychic guy is down and around there somewhere as well. can go down that corridor eventually, but not right now. Oh, you're up here now. Dang. Orbus. Alright, Orb, I think it's just you and me now. Let's see you. Pull your way out of that one. Woo! Okay, anybody taking shelter in the prime candidate room? Nope, but there is a box of goodies. Okay, so we got office desks. We got boxes of loot. I said boxes of loot. Okay, a security gate I can't get through just yet.
Is this what Dylan wanted me to see? It doesn't matter. We need to find that projector.
Okay, so they definitely knew me. So I'm getting the distinct feeling that I'm P7, but not just that they knew me, they knew that I was looking for them. Also, I think the actress who plays the real life version, Jess Faden, brilliant. A brilliant choice. I got the candidate P7 outfit.
All the times I felt paranoid, I was right. The Bureau could have given me the answers, but they just stood by and watched me.
There's us working as a janitor. Getting mugged. Just petting a random dog. Meeting with a friend. Sleeping rough on a park bench. Okay, so yeah, they knew all about me. Jesse Faden movement tracking. Yeah, that's when I started heading towards New York. They even knew I arrived in New York. Suddenly, me being able to get into the building and everyone pretending this is a big accident, starting to make me a little paranoid.
We used to play there all the time. Me and Dylan, and other kids as well. We loved it. This time, I remember, was different. We found a way in, deeper into it, like it had shifted. We went inside, and that's where we found the slide projector.
A dump is a place for lost things. Things that have been thrown away. Did you ever feel that way when you were growing up, Jesse?
What? No. Yes, but that has nothing to do with...
Was there a slide projector at your home when you were small?
No.
Those were before your time, I suppose. But your family did look at photos together, maybe. In one form or the other?
Maybe.
When was this? Can you remember? At parties? Barbecues? How did it make you feel? Did your parents ever show pictures that embarrassed you? Was alcohol ever involved at these parties? Did your parents drink? Did that make you uncomfortable?
No.
The psychologist needs to slow down.
That has nothing to do with this. Nothing.
The slide projector, let me ask you this. As a child, did you ever fantasize about worlds inside pictures? Inside a painting? You know, stepping into a painting, into a hidden world, escaping and finding adventure there, away from your parents.
I don't think so. I don't remember. Maybe. I don't know.
Okay, so now I've got two lines of thought. One, that this whole thing is in my head and I'm in a asylum somewhere. Or two, I was trying to talk to someone about a very real, like, trauma I was experiencing. Like, no, there was a literal slide projector. And, yeah, that psychiatrist was like, probably wasn't a literal side projector. Maybe you're just crazy? Okay, so this is the transit corridor. Does this let us back out? Okay, yes, that's the security door that will help us go forward. Okay, so we're not ready to go forward just yet. Give me a second. I've got rooms back here I want to explore. Okay, so this is P6.
I wish things had gone differently and ordinary for us. But wishing won't change things. Finding the projector will.
There's so much coming together in this one case. A new object of power, something we have not seen before. I mean, coming from me, that's saying something. And the boy, Dylan Faden, prime candidate 6. And the sister as well, once we catch up with her. But the boy, so much potential. We're talking Northmore level readings here. And I don't want to invoke his name. It's completely different circumstances here. It's remarkable. There was an incident. Yes. A valuable member of our team, yes. Excessive force. Dylan has so much. But he's just a kid. I'll take the blame. He needs some slack. I mean, boys will be boys. He's exceptional and under a lot of stress. Robert's got killed. It's an unfortunate accident, that's all. Marshall needs to realize this. We will make this work. We'll make this work.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I think Dylan's a little bit too powerful for their own good. I'm having a wonderful day, Miss Lazy General. How are you? Listening in the background, you carry on. Enjoy your lurk. Dylan Faden transcript. Subject was alone during this outburst. You again. I thought I told you to leave me alone. Why are you showing me this? I can't do anything. Can't you see where I am? Why didn't you help me get the fuck out of here? You always show me things I can't do anything about. Stop showing me her. I don't care anymore, and I don't care about you. You left me here to rot. Fuck off, bitch. I will dig out my brains if it means getting rid of you. I don't want you here. Get the fucking message. The subject repeated the phrase fuck off numerous times before being sedated. Wonder if he was, like, where we accepted Polaris into our head, he obviously fought it. So Polaris is keeping me safe from the hiss, but he didn't have that protection. No tea today. Just hydro plenty. In fact, I just finished a cup of tea. But just lots of water. I've got a bit of a headache today. P6 victim autopsy. Blunt force injuries to the head and neck, extensive trauma of the abdominal region, lacerations, contusions of the upper and lower torso, fracture of the spinal cord between the L1 and 2 vertebra, avulsion fracture of the 3rd through 10th ribs, left and right, blunt force injuries of the extremities. Just exploded. After examination, it was determined the cause of death was internal bleeding that occurred when the blank was contorted through his blank. It sounds like Dylan turned someone inside out. Or like pushed him, like compressed a man down to the size of a Coke can. Ooh, Dylan is scary. Oh no! No, not again! We'll watch it in a second, I guess. If we could just... Guess I'll stand in this box. Bright Falls. So this is the Alan Wake incident. Unconfirmed threshold manifestation at Cauldron Lake resulted in a fictional story written by the author Alan Wake, creating an AWE in which reality was altered to match that of the story, though only locally and for a limited time. Mr. Kirkland, head of investigations, was alerted on September 13th by Frank Breaker, an ex-bureau agent. Breaker received a call from Barry Wheeler, the literary agent, on behalf of his daughter Sarah, who is the current sheriff. Yeah, old light switches that were missing. He dived into the lake and disappeared. I think I really will play Alan Wake again at some point. I remember definitely enjoying it. Time to listen to the show. We're gonna hate it and cry.
I can see you're upset, Meg. Why don't you tell Uncle Mr. Bones what's wrong?
I did bad on my clairvoyance test.
You can't ace every test, Meg. You see, everyone has different brains. Some brains can talk to each other. We call this ESP.
I'm scared.
Some brains can lift objects like a baseball. Talk about a fly ball, eh, Meg? So who cares if you fail your clairvoyance test? Maybe your brain can throw baseballs, or talk to dead people, or make friends blind. Once we know what your brains can do, we'll know what job to give you. And if your brains are just right, you'll get to sit in the big chair.
What if I don't want the big chair?
What if I don't want the big chair?
Everyone wants the big chair, Hank!
That's why we're all here. Use those brains to listen for once, or the only chair you'll get in is the one with straps.
Everybody wants the big chair. Everybody loves the big chair, guys. Don't pretend otherwise, I guess. Okay, that's the security officer. So that's all that shortcut unlocked. Whew. I like those. They're fun and explain why my brain is moving in my sleep. Ugh. Alright, well let's just clear up this last little spot before we move on any further. Hey, who wants to go this way? I know I do. This is fine. This is okay. The corridor shifted, but my gravity hasn't. Supplement for the Bright Falls. Alice Wake, Mr. Wake's wife, was found during the Bureau investigation, interviewed and evaluated, showed severe signs of severe mental trauma in the form of blank memory loss, later directed for treatment, concluded to be entrapped in the threshold during its manifestation. Okay, yeah, so this is all, it's all Alan Wake stuff, and I don't really want to go into that huge amount if I do decide to play it later again. Just nice to know about that crossover. Suppose I should just clear out some mods, eh? Like, honestly, I'm full, and I'm not really using any of these. So I guess let's just delete the weaker of all of them. Because they give me source as well, which is what I use to make other things. Quickly going through and removing a lot of this stuff. Okay. Expected a room like the one in Alien 4 for the P125. Yeah. Goes fully Resident Evil, and it's just, or the Resident Evil movies at least. It's just tank after tank of Alice clones. Yay. Okay, so the weird Mobius room only goes so far. Jumping joy and lots of fun. Alright, who's ready to learn about what happened in Ordinary? Because it was something bad. Something very bad indeed. Why are all the lights weird in here? Thank you. I was gonna say, can we turn on the main lights, please? Start. Let's just have someone. I want someone on my team for once. Oh, did we get them all? Neat. Okay. Oh, I think I just gave up. He was like, I can't take it anymore. Been there before, my friend. Trust me, been there before. Dead dog. I see your creepy teeth delivery and raise you a dead dog. Yeah, like a straight up deceased dog. Had a collar on it and everything. Been right in that box since they packed it up. Go in hell and imagine how that smelled. So don't go whining to me. I wish I got to watch a parade of human teeth. This is okay. So there's a little bit of one-upmanship in the departments, being like, "Well, I had to make an entire aeroplane again. I had to rebuild an entire aeroplane." So don't you talk to me about having the worst job in the vicinity. Or in the facility, I should say. Alright, there's a control point down there and a bunch of floaty boys, so... let's go see what we've got. The Willow AWE shipping manifest. Hollow sphere, stone-like material, vitrified soil and various pieces of size and colours, possible canine animal carcass, rusted metal bucket, leather wallet, aged shotgun cartridge. All the random bits they found at the Willow incident. We don't talk about the Willow incident anymore. Alright, well. Down to the transit corridor we go. Whoa. Don't mind me. I'll take the next one.
Dylan and I were both prime candidates.
And the dog.
Experiments. Very different ones, sure, but both in a cell of some sort. Am I out of the cell now, or is all this, the house and being a director, just another cell? Who's really in charge?
Here we go. Time for paranoia to kick in. Eat your own damn grenades. I'm feeling very powerful. Certainly feeling a lot more powerful than when I first entered the FBC. Alright. Let's reassert some control!
We're going back home. Of course we are. It started there, and it's never gone away.
We're not going back there just yet. So yeah, this connects to the New York City subway. They did say they like to transport things in via train. Train and truck. Things have a tendency not to fall out of the sky from trains and trucks. Sterling AWE, ordinary AWE, and the ordinary dump site. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot. Can't really touch the nasty bits in here. Do not touch the purple mold. Okay. Before we go here, I think it might be only appropriate that we hit a quick jump back to Central Executive and we swap into our P6 outfit. I mean, we got to look the part, right? No point going into the Prime Candidate program without the official Prime Candidate costume. I mean, they made one for us and everything. It was just waiting in a locker just for us to come along. Chair is so squeaky. Okay, costumes, outfits. Candidate P7. I mean, I don't know what I was expecting. I mean, obviously it's pajamas. Yeah, obviously. I mean, it's gonna be a matching. It's gonna be matching Dylan's. Yeah, just a sweatsuit. Hope everybody enjoyed the gold suit because that day is now over. The time of the golden suit is finished, and it's now time for relaxed, comfortable Jesse. I think going back to the site of our childhood trauma is going to be pretty sweat-inducing, so yeah, it's probably a good thing. Probably a good thing we're wearing something a little more absorbent. Hello, Great Red Shark. Alright, well, here we go. Okay, so we've got the Sterling AWE, the Ordinary Drop Site, and a whole bunch of flying bastards. Okay, so we've got a thought monster downstairs. We've got some mold on the walls coming in through the vents. Whew, alright. There's a lot going on here.
There's gotta be a way to rotate these tracks. Maybe there's a control panel nearby.
I mean, do I want to rotate them? I'd love to go and see what else is around. There's the bridge operator. Okay. Excuse me, what was that noise?
There's gotta be a way to rotate these
Jesse,
tracks.
I'm working on it.
Maybe there's a control panel
Ooh,
nearby.
you've been very good so far in this game without reminding me repeatedly to go to a place. So if we could just stop all that right now. Thank you. Keep an eye out for... Nothing personal, dude. I just wanted to check. Work chat about teeth. Guess who just had to expect an inbound delivery of like 100 teensy tiny little boxes? Me, that's who. And you know what was inside each one? A single human tooth. That's my idea of hell. That's my bad day at work. I am really enjoying this game, Great Red Shark.
It won't rotate. Something's blocking it.
It's the goddamn mold, isn't it? Yeah, look at this. So there's definitely
It won't rotate.
definitely more. I saw that earlier. Okay, yeah, but I really want to go into these other... You know what? We'll get into them eventually. They're on the map. We'll be able to get in there eventually. Running around in my P7Js, yeah. Oop. Okay. So this was literally every... So this is going to be a recreation, I think, of my entire hometown. I'm free! Recreation of my entire hometown. And obviously all of the horrific tragedy that occurred there. I don't particularly know what occurred there. Suffice to say that all of the adults in the town disappeared, and it left me with a psychic entity in my head. Here. Damn ghosty monsters. Oh, Z was working, Frank. Z does real person work, so I get the opportunity to sit here and play video games for you. Because he's very kind. And hopefully one day, it could be my turn to do the real work. Well, she gets to sit around all day enjoying herself. A box. How does one get to the box? There's gotta be a way. Hang on a second, there's a box. I saw the box. I want the box. Has every... Well, don't answer this question, but I'm now beginning to think that every one of those pictures has had a secret wall behind it. Which has blown my mind. And has once again opened up a whole bunch of places. I mean, there's one place I can check immediately. I saw one of those pictures not even that long ago. I don't quite remember where I saw it, but it wasn't too far back. Oh my god. I'm gonna go and explore everywhere all over again. Hell yes. That might explain some of those places where I'm like, oh man, this doesn't connect to the map anywhere. What the heck? Alright, well that's to do later. But cool. Alright, there's a whole bunch of something else to find. Man, how many of those have I just walked past this entire game? Alright, continuing towards the ordinary AWE. What a weird ass helicopter that is. Like a proper military, stealth military helicopter thing. Take this with me. Okay, I might need to turn them all on, that's fine. Do. Nothing up here, always worth a check. Right, looking for two battery packs. There was one over here. And there was one here. Oops, sorry, that was probably important material. That just turned the lights on? Is that all that did? It's not a problem, I just want to make sure. Pull it out again. Oh, it probably turned the elevators on. Yes, there we go. Okay. There we go. Alright. Do 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 boop boop boop. Time to search for the slide projector. Hi, friend. Throw more junk. Throw more junk. Oh, it's a big boy. It's a dead boy. You're still not dead. Anyway. Sit down, junior officer, whatever your name is. I'm fascinated by that helicopter. Probably doesn't exist in real life, but I don't know. Maybe. Ordinary AWE. Study on hold, areas off limits, pending future use. So stage 1A. The first slide was a room with dirty wallpaper and dolls on a shelf. There were lots of dolls. The house was the house was empty. No one lived there. We played in a lot. It was our secret playhouse. It's a plane, not a helicopter. Oh yeah, I guess you might be right there. I went to school with Neil. Some kids called him Nosebleed Neil. It was mean. He had asthma. Tom and his gang, Freddy, Hugo, bullied him. We brought Neil to the dump to play. Okay, so interviews and things from our therapy sessions that they... Ghost chair. Okay, we're about to get some information. I mean, we're also about to get some creepy noises, apparently, but creepy noises can be information too.
You're listening to America Overnight, celebrating 29 years, shining a light in the shadows. Thanks for staying with us. Here's our first caller.
Hi. What I'm about to tell you, if they found out, I don't know what would happen.
If who found out, brother?
The men in the suits. They told me it was an industrial accident, but this is something else. Something nobody talks about. Ordinary.
This certainly doesn't sound very ordinary, caller.
No, not ordinary. Ordinary. It's a town. And it wasn't an industrial accident. I mean, that's what they said. But that's bullshit.
Whoa, please watch the language, caller. Maybe 2 a.m., but we're still a family show.
I'm sorry. It's just my brother lived there. They said the town was destroyed, but it wasn't. I went there. The people are gone, but the town's there. It's still there.
So the population of an entire town disappears, yet the town remains. Tell me, was the phrase, "there is no salvation," written anywhere?
I'm not sure.
The same thing happened in Brazil in 23, a village called Fort Verde. More than 600 people just up and left. The government said they were fleeing guerrilla forces, but we know the truth. A mass abduction, as predicted by my regular guest, Dr. Quincy Reagan.
Abduction? You mean aliens? That's bullshit! I know they're lying!
Now, I warned you about the language, caller. I'm afraid we're gonna have to cut you off. And good timing, too. It's time for a short break. Hang in there. America Overnight will be right back.
Okay. They were all abducted by silverback gorillas. Now that would be terrifying. Mostly because there are no gorillas in Brazil. Not wild ones. Now that would be scary. If I was in Brazil and a whole bunch of gorillas came out of the woods. Woo! Shorty, is that you? It's been so long. That's just what they want you to think. Okay, so a summary of the ordinary event. You join us right here, well, not right at the end, but this is like the big plot reveal of sort of some major goings on. Just FYI, in case anyone wants to, like, Batman their way out of this video. An AWE occurred in the town of Ordinary, caused by an object of power, the slide projector, discovered by local children, me, at the dump outside of town. When a specific set of slides are used in the projector, projected images open doorways to other dimensions. Multiple slides were used by the children, resulting in the disappearance of the town's adult population. Okay, on August 30th, 2002, siblings Dylan Faden and Jesse Faden were playing at the local dump when they found a discarded slide projector. A team led by Director Trench and Dr. Darling arrived at the site on September 14th. The AW had ended, but the team found the Faden children, who led them to the slide projector and the slides, which had been burned with the exception of one. Jesse escaped when the agents attempted to detain the pair. Okay, only 17 surviving individuals in the entire town.
There is a curious correlation with the yet unknowable forces intruding upon our world, in the form of altered world events. These forces gravitate toward archetypal objects, a gun, a television, a supposedly haunted house. So clearly humanity affects this process. Our collective unconscious is a map of sorts. We hold the key, but we don't know how to use it. We create these archetypes through everyday life, popular culture, urban legends, but we are observing and influencing a complicated system in action. We can change the likelihood of something being a receptacle for these forces just by thinking about it. But we haven't found a method to control the outcome. And yet, there's something unique in us, in our dreams, in the conceptual reality with power, with our minds. What's the cause and what's the effect? Are we the starting point or just a necessary evil in this? A byproduct, a reflection, a projection? We'll struggle to find the answers to these hard questions. Or die trying.
Hey, let's not die trying. Just a thought. Maybe let's not do that. I'm real good, Shawnee. I hope you're doing well as well. Okay, ordinary AWE stage 4A. Jesse and me followed the dong monkeys to the cave. There was a lot of them. More of the kids from town had joined up. It was really scary. Jesse grabbed the projector and we ran as fast as we could. They chased us. I fell and hurt my knee. Jesse tried to help me, but the dong monkeys were coming. They were just about to get us, and then Neil showed up. Neil looked like a dog. A melted dog. But I knew it was him. Neil said a lot of times he didn't like being a boy because Tom beat him up. I think he liked being a dog. And then Jesse was like, the projector wouldn't turn off, so we changed the slide to the hand. I heard her immediately. She promised to help. That's Polaris, who's stuck in our head. Jesse said we should call her Polaris because we started doing stars at school. Unconfirmed existence of paranatural entity designation Dog Neil. But the hand slide is still in Bureau possession. Oh no, I've got my fancy skirt on again. Yeah, thank you. Oh, that sucks, Shawnee, but I'm glad you're muddling through. Same, I get it. Oh, all the branches have fallen off that tree. The first one of those we've seen. Go. Ooh, another thing.
Annual evaluation of Dylan Faden, formerly P6, performed by Dr. Carl Vaughn. The questions asked here correspond to the 5th iteration of the gunner's psychological assessment. Are you ready, Dylan? Let's begin then. In a single word, describe the world around you.
Where's Casper?
Dr. Darling is out of the building today.
He's never out. He didn't want to come. He never visits, not since Roberts. Tell Darling it wasn't my fault. I couldn't control it yet, but I can now. I learned. Will you tell him?
In a single word, describe the world around you.
A prison. A cold, empty prison. Not even a poster on the wall.
What is the next number in the sequence 3, 6, 9, 12, 15?
18.
What day is it today?
How the hell would I know? It's not like you give me a calendar.
You find a rabbit in the woods. It is breathing, but not moving. You cannot see any blood. What do you do?
Leave it.
Expand on that.
It doesn't matter. The rabbit's not real. None of it's real.
What day is it today?
Do you enjoy asking people questions that can't be answered? Is this what gets you up in the morning? what you dreamed of doing as a scared, stupid little girl?
Can you describe a dog to me?
In ordinary, we had a friend. Nosebleed Neil. And when it all went crazy, you know what I mean. Nosebleed Neil turned into a dog. Or something like a dog.
What day is it tomorrow?
Fuck off! I don't know! There is no calendar! How can I fucking know?
Dylan, calm down.
Fuck you! Fuck you and fuck Casper! Hey! Are you watching this, you old fuck? Did you send the bitch because you're too scared of me? Where is Casper?
Security, get a team in here. I need...
I mean, that sounds like a teenage kid, like a teenage boy locked in a prison and exposed to horrible amounts of, like, psychic craziness to me. Like, that all seems pretty fair. Control point. That's good. There's also a thing back here I just noticed. A piece of paper on the floor. Ordinary stage 2. After what happened in school to Mr. Chester, we started spying on Tom and saw where they took the projector. Tom and his troglodytes were using the Sled Hill Cave as their headquarters. That's where the projector was. They'd been using the temple slide, we called it, but it was really a broken concrete thing, like a warehouse or a bomb shelter or something. Very dark. The Not Mother lived there with her babies, children, I don't know. She was feeding Tom and the others her milk. They were changing into little monsters. We called them the dung monkeys. I don't like the slide projector. It has too many gross parts. There is too much gross. Ooh, I can upgrade grip to level 3. Yes. Too many gross slides. Okay, so level 3 with grip. Let's see about maybe... I mean, damage versus enemy armor sounds pretty nice. And we can add to shatter. Just more damage and stuff, or damage against armors. Sainsbury's substitutions have struck again with amazing inaccuracy. What are we getting instead of something else this time? We thought you wanted chopped tomatoes, so instead we got you chopped strawberries. It's basically the same. Second slide we called the meadow, but it was just an empty lot with a bunch of weeds. There was a shack and a phone line. It smelled like flowers there. It was powerful and intoxicating. We had crazy dreams. Must have been because of the smell. I didn't like it. I didn't like losing control. In the dreams everything was melting, and then we'd come out and everything had melted around the projector. Neil was really into it. Found he'd be coming there more and more on his own. Then Tom beat the secret out of Neil and found the projector, and his goons took it. We thought Neil had got lost inside the meadow when they changed the slide, but that's not what happened. You ordered feminine hygiene products, but were out of the specific item you added. As a replacement, please have this men's deodorant. Oh, fantastic. Oh, that's brilliant. It's basically the same thing, yeah. I swear, they just walk down the aisle and go, well, nothing's on row 4, so I'm just going to grab something from row 6. Same aisle. Whoop. Okay, we went in and met Polaris, like a star. She told us we were special, made us feel special. Felt like being born or reborn, the world fading in for the first time. Familiar, but somehow different. Polaris told us how to turn off the projector. The dung monkeys and the Not Mother were coming straight at us. Dylan was crying. I turned it off and they were all gone. It was over. I took all the slides and burned them, except Hand. Okay, so that's why there are no more slides, but apparently things don't disappear when you change the slides, because Neil came back.
Let's see what they have on ordinary.
Oh my god.
here. Our home, our school, the woods, the dump.
Okay. So this is stage 4. You know when you go back to places you were as a child, everything just seems much smaller. Okay, so these are the various stages. So this is the stage 3. Stage 2, and the dump itself is stage 1. So there's the epicenter, and it all just bloomed out and took around the entire yeah. Oh no, Godzilla's attacking! Meteor strike! Make fun of me at school, would you? Oh, this is so satisfying. This game has some really satisfying, weight to it. Hang on. I think that one went through a window. Not half as satisfying as I thought it was going to be. Sorry! Ooh, something's on fire over there. It's fine. It's fine. It's not my real house. They're not my real house. Okay, so they made a perfect, like, well, not perfect, but they made a scale replica of the entire town. See what was going on. Yeah, it's perfect now. This is what it looked like after everything. Well, they didn't say that actually. Uh-oh. You eat trees, junior agent. Okay, frame rate.
We found the slide projector in the dump outside town. Did they recreate that too? Is that where they keep it?
That'll be in the ordinary dump site. Dump site as in a replication of the dump. Not of, not like this is where we dumped everything. Okay. Things are getting serious around here.
You mentioned a poem last time we talked. By Thomas Zane?
Yes. Beyond the shadow you settle for, there's a miracle illuminated.
Fancy poetry.
I looked the poem up. Only I couldn't find any poet by that name. I did find a European filmmaker who moved here in the 60s, named Thomas Zane.
What? I don't...
No matter. It suits you very well. The poem? How you see things? Maybe you wrote it yourself?
I didn't.
No matter. You've said a few times that you feel like there's a piece of you missing. Can we talk about that?
Okay. Yeah, it's this... I feel an emptiness, a yearning for something that I think I lost.
It's natural for you to feel that way. Your brother and your parents are dead.
No! No. Dylan's not dead. And that's not even it.
You're referring to the imaginary friend from your childhood?
Polaris. She's come back. After a long time, she's calling me. In a dream I saw, she showed me things.
Jesse.
It felt more real than anything. As real as what happened in Ordinary.
The industrial accident in your hometown? That you believe Polaris caused?
No, it wasn't an accident. There was no industrial accident, and Polaris didn't cause it. She saved me and Dylan.
Jesse...
No! It was a cover-up. The government knows about it. There were agents there. Agents from... I don't know exactly. They took Dylan. I'll find them. I won't stop looking. Polaris wants me to go to New York. There's a building there. I have to leave soon. I have to be there at a very specific time. Something hugely important is going to happen.
Jesse, you know we can't let you go until you're well. And that begins by understanding what's real and what's imagined.
Okay, I spoke earlier, like, am I in an insane asylum? Did I escape and all this is in my head? Am I just going through a government office building, just throwing things around and being like, it's the aliens? Or, when she spoke about a poet who was actually a movie director, am I in the wrong dimension? And that's why everything is so weird to me, and I have this ability to be so strange, because I'm from a very slightly different direction where Thomas Zane is a poet and not a movie director, and because I exist on, like, I've entered a different reality, I kind of exist above it, or don't have to necessarily play by the rules. I don't know. So many questions. Apparently I escaped an insane asylum. Let's not call it an insane asylum. Let's... I escaped psychiatric care. There we go. That's more reasonable phrasing. Maybe I'm still in the mirror. Maybe it was the gorillas. Details are largely based on interviews conducted with Dylan Faden and the obtained therapy sessions for Jesse Faden, as well as the circumstantial evidence found at the Ordinary site. Note that accounts provided by all three sources contain conflicting data. For example, Dylan claims there were 8 slides, Jesse mentions 9, the Bureau only found 1 intact and the burnt remains of 6 others. Unfortunately, these slides are too badly damaged to be used in the projector. Jesse Faden is believed to be the individual responsible for burning the slides. Dr. Darling has ordered the entirety of the Ordinary Town dump be brought to the Bureau for examination with the hopes of finding additional slides or other altered items. Okay. So they literally just transposed the entire landfill. Oh, welcome back, Z. Yeah, are the slides missing, or are we just all really bad at counting? Okay. Black rock from the quarry to keep us protected from anything that might happen.
They moved the whole landfill here in the middle of New York, and nobody saw a thing. pretty unbelievable.
Don't say things like that, Jesse, because now I'm starting to believe that this is all unbelievable. Dump cessation of work order. By order of Dr. Darling, all work in the ordinary dump is to stop immediately. Resources will be allocated to the blank department. Details will be forthcoming. The area will be sealed at the end of the month. Please remove all personal effects before that time. Any photographic slides, the type used in slide projectors, found in the area should be delivered to Dr. Darling immediately. Wow, it is just the whole landfill. Did they just dump it, or did they like painstakingly recreate everything? God damn the blank department. Working on their redacteds. Oh, here we go. Gotta kill the orb. Still continue to be the greatest shot in this universe. Oh my god. You know what? I deserve for this guy to kill me. Flying is the best. All video games, if they want to be cool, should have flying. I mean, if you don't want to be cool, that's fine. Die.
We should check that lab.
I mean, if they wanted me to hit things properly, they shouldn't have given me infinite bullets. I mean, what can you say? That's not like you're asking me to just throw bullets away. I'll go and check that lab in a second, but at the moment... This should open the door and let me back out. Yep, perfect, okay. So what's up there? Thank goodness there's a mesh here. This mesh was specifically designed to stop me from falling to my death like an idiot. It works. Is there anything up there? Just this box. Just this one box of goodies. Oop. Alright. Into the lab of answers we go. My old bike. particularly interesting washing machine. At least he's got clothes on this time.
I'm setting up a new department. Dimensional research in the research sector. Transferring the slide projector there. That's where my focus will be now. The ordinary site remains as is. We'll be back to... I don't know when.
Darling took the projector to the research sector. He dedicated a whole area to it, so he knew it was important. Dimensional research. That's where we go next.
Okay, I guess we're going to dimensional research. I've just noticed a thing we got given. Huh, okay, maybe it wasn't what I thought it was. Never mind. Okay. So I'm still super interested in what's in the Sterling AWE. Maybe we can go and find that. But yeah, dimensional research, here we come. It's just, it just don't open. Itchy nose. I guess we'll get in there in the future. It'll be another place we can get to. To be honest, it might be part of the DLCs. You might have noticed I'm deliberately ignoring the DLCs. That's because for this game especially, I want to do the main story as a separate thing from the DLCs, and we'll go back and do them later, maybe. But I don't want to muddy this little story with extra content. Because this is very good. I got 3 points. Let's increase ground slam damage. And levitation duration. It is very good, Johnny. It's very good. Unfortunately, the publishers are doing some fucky stuff in terms of the PS5 upgrade. But if that concerns you, you can look into it. The game itself, however, mwah, beautiful. Yeah, it's possibly the most Ramshackle Thoughts game. It's only on console? It's on PC, I believe. It's on the Epic Game Store and it's on Steam. There you go. Yep. So maybe that's it. Maybe I'll play through the because it might be nice to play this on the PC, because it isn't. I mean, according to my Google, it is. I'm looking right at it. Oh, you don't have the money for it, so no, it isn't. Fair enough. Yeah, I think because I'm playing this on PS Now, so it's just like the base game with like on a subscription thing. I run out of access to it. Like, it goes off the sort of subscription service at the end of the month, so I'm trying to get through it. So I think at some point when it goes on sale, I'll pick it up with all the DLC on PC. And we can go through it then. I'm done. I'm done wearing my pajamas. The asynchronous suit is crazy. But I think it's time to go back to just our regular costume. There are no hats. Not yet, at least. Okay, so... oh, now we go to the ashtray maze. Well, okay then. Start central research. So the asteroid maze is an infinite maze that you can only get through if you have, like, knowledge of it or something that grounds you. But maybe I can now explode my way through some walls? I don't know. God knows how many hidden areas I've lost. Or I've not noticed. Okay, ashtray maze. Whereabouts are you? Over there. Over here. Where do you begin? Can we? You have a minigun. That man has a minigun. Please die. Oh, that'll be dimensional research over there. Okay. Only one. Oh my god, they just keep coming. Floaty chair guys have been the bane of my existence because I'm a bad shot. I beat that man with another man. And I'd do it again. Alright, dimensional research. We've been in here a couple of times and we were never able to get through the maze. Here we go.
Row. Contact the janitor if you need to get through.
Broken? How many dead ends can this place have?
Okay, so I need to go and talk to Artie.
We need to find Artie.
Because this control point wasn't here this last time I came through. This is a new addition already, so obviously it's time. Where's Artie? Maintenance. He will be through ventilation to the janitor's office. What is the time? It is, oh my god, it's 20 past 5. I don't even know what we're having for dinner today. Guys, what do I want for dinner today? Someone help me decide, I can't. Food pancakes? Pizza sounds nice. We're having Deliveroo. Oh! Okay. We're having a delivery of some kind. That's good to know. What are we having? Surprise me. Oh, it's payday. Oh, in that case, yes. Payday takeaway. Hell yeah. Alright, so we want janitor's office, which is this way. Artie! The magical maze won't let me in again. When you finish up, we can pick something. I'm probably going to finish pretty soon. And apparently we're having food pancakes, so that's something to look forward to.
There's no Ahti. Where is
Was
he?
there? You know when I came in here and I was trying to find a secret room?
Now this boy left, said the son of Annikki Tähti. My assistant will keep work in the glove and the house standing. Lomille lomps, holiday humps.
How can anyone even get out of here while the building's sealed? Let alone go on a holiday. Guess I'm about to find out.
What the fuck is going on, Artie? This is the connector I was trying to find. This is the secret corridor I couldn't get to. It was there the whole damn time. Pay attention, buddy. There could be someone sneaking up on you. Just having a little bit of alone time with his mob. I think I may have just killed my own assistant. Yep. We did. Well, he did say he wanted to go on holiday the whole time. Where does that go? Oh my god, where am I? Well, that's the one we want to go to. These don't open at all. God damn it. Did I come out of that one? I must have come out of that one, but now I want to go back and check on that. Oh no, it was a secret that I could have gone to. Curse my desperation to jump into the void. Alright, well, that's another little hidey hole to check later on. Alright, Artie's holiday beach destination. Here we go.